issued a pronunciamento, and a large portion of the Spanish armed forces have answered their call to arms. This right-wing nationalist faction has occupied much of Spain, including the overseas territories. Loyalist forces and volunteers have assembled under the left-wing Republican government, determined to resist this putsch to their last breath. Battle for Spain has begun, and it's going to be happening at lightning fast speed, because I'm still playing on fast here. When have I got auto save? Ah, it doesn't matter, I'm playing Iron Man. So, early advantage seems to be going to the fascists. But they're going to need to take Madrid, or else we're going to see the red threat in Iberia. Okay. I hate to take a pause from that blinding action, but Panama is a disarmed nation. They don't have any units. I think they would look much better inside us, don't you? I've got to focus on being fast, though, otherwise, as we say, if you're nae fashed, you're lashed. So, it's push and shove. The Spanish Civil War is very disastrous unless you can secure a quick victory. And that's difficult because both sides have fairly high national unity. Jake, will USA not defend American countries against you? Guarantee. The guarantee does affect all American countries, but only from non-Americans. Okay, let's keep these things going. And now, thankfully... Ah, shoot, I forgot about my production of convoys. Okay, so 14th of October, I gotta remember to stop that. But before all that happens, I need to appeal to America to give me some oil. I don't care if I can't construct a thing. Republican Spain has a lot of military access, but nationalist Spain has volunteers from the Reich. Ah, but you have volunteers from the Soviets. And it does look like Republicans are punching on through. Right, we've got our transport ship up and on the go. I'm going to ignore my research for a moment, because there's something nice about that for people like me who are terrible at remembering things. Okay, good, we got you done. I'm just going to plop you over there, get rid of that, and we will have our submarines. And we're going to produce them fairly quickly. Well, relatively quickly. 14 convoys are going to have to do. It's all I can afford right now. Jake, change convoys to 1 instead of infinity. That would have been a clever thing to do, but I didn't do it. So the nice thing is that even if you forget to research, you pile up to 30 days of investment in it. Question is, what am I going to focus on now? I really want some motorized. I want it more than you can possibly imagine, but I just can't afford it. Mountaineers would be really nice, considering hills and mountains are things that I'm going to have to penetrate my way through. It's tricky though. Training time takes quite a lot and requires a lot of things I just can't get. Combat in mountains ranges exposes troops to many perils, but sometimes cannot be avoided. We can minimize these risks by providing our soldiers with specialized training. The thing is that eats up a lot of time. I really want support battalions as well. I really want some armor as well. I just want everything. Okay, how about... mobile warfare is what I really, really want, but... And there's always a but. That affects tanks and armors, which I don't have any. But if I get delay, all infantry and motorized tech will get that, so... Seems a good enough reason to start plowing our way through a doctrine. I think from now on I will dedicate that top research slot to doctrine no matter what. Doctrine is so important to being able to fight at least reasonably well. Good old glowing manpower. Been watching Calvin, Arumba and Quill since this morning. Been looking forward to DDR Jake stream. None of the other plebs are willing to stoop to the level where you abuse any and all bugs to their advantage. Fortunately Jake has no such scrupes. How are you doing, Jake, you old cheater? Well, I am known for my cheats, right? Things are going alright. Things are going okay. I'll be happier once we get some submarines. Should take less than a year to produce all that we need. I'm thinking I'm only going to need 2. Might take 3 just in case. Right, Honduras. Putting the ass in Honduras. Unfortunately, they are all piled up in the mountains here. So what am I going to do? I think I have an idea. And that actually involves removing you from this plan. But am I sure I want to do that? It's dangerous to fight, but... well, needs must. So we're going to declare war. We need that land, and we need it approximately now. Hopefully all that planning bonus we had is going to work out, because from now on our units are going to have to go for it. Unlike our neighbours, we have been preparing for war since the moment Maximilian took the throne. So we're just keeping them pinned down there. I'm not expecting to make any amazing headway here. They have enormous defense thanks to, well, defending in mountains, which really helps. And our attack is pathetic, because most of us are still using those crappy old weapons from the Great War. You gotta be careful though, every single man is important here. But encircle your enemies, and all will go your way. Maybe. Jake, how updated are your troops' equipment? Probably pretty terrible. I certainly have a nice chunk of infantry equipment to spare, but that's basic equipment. When it comes to weapons, well, let's take these guys for example. Yeah, still mostly basic equipment. So now we have them surrounded, which is going to help us one way or t'other. I think it's time for them to just go down. We might be pathetic, but we should be able to win this. Trouble is, both of us just have so little, and every casualty hurts. Every single casualty hurts. We'll bring him down. A little worried about you. You're pretty big, but I think I'm gonna have to take you down, Colombia. We shall conquer La Libertad. Deserves to be ours, you see. Now what's painful about doing all this with my political power is I simply can't afford anything. It also costs one political power to be doing our focus, so to spend so much so often is just hazardous. Once these guys run out of org, and they will run out of org because I'm attacking them from multiple directions, giving us a nice little edge there, although that terrain is just... ugh. Murdering our attack, murdering our defense. But it's all for the greater good. The Honduras people cannot be allowed any freedom of movement here. So we're gonna get it sped right up. If we look here, it's not a battle where many people die. Not at all. I think we're just waiting for them to run out of ammunition at this point. Boom. Down they go. Jings, I had it on speed 5 there, but we eliminated them. We made our way to their capital, and that means we had enough to just conquer them. End that turn, and well, my. I think we can say that we are done here. So we also got 44 bits of their equipment as well. It's probably just more basic equipment. Yeah, look at that. Garbage, but we'll just keep that as a reserve. You folks, yeah. You only need to get a bit of your org back. You also got nicely trained there, which is another ideal point of this. I'm going to send one of you to defend the most important point, our home. And I'm going to have you guys... what will I have you do? I have a plan. I'm going to try doing something manual here. They only have 4 provinces. Hold on, you aren't my next target, is it? It's gotta... yes, I'm pretty sure it's Guatemala that come next, and they'll be going very soon, 18th of December. We have only 8 days to position ourselves to destroy them. I'm not taking back the fact that you there are going to have to defend our capital, but the rest of you, I need a front line... right here. And it's very simple. In fact, boom. Could you really ask for simpler? To the point where I think I only need you here, and just move your way in. Granted, we could attack from multiple directions if I did it another way, but I think it's just a case of hosing them down. Nah, I take that back. I think I take that back. There we go. I will try to encircle them here. You need to think bigger, Jake. Take Belize from the UK, make El Salvador great again. Ah, jings, British Mexico. That's what you mean, right? Not very familiar with the area. So our people are going to get in position, get their planning bonus. We don't get much of a bonus because, hey, we do not focus on that in our doctrine. But here we go. If I just get 2 more of these, I will get my extra research slot that I want oh so badly. Infrastructure is not really going to help us out at all, so we get slightly better infrastructure in El Salvador. Well, whoop-de-bloomin'-do. Means we're going to be able to supply... Oh, look, we can supply a weight of 81. Our total weight is, yeah, not 81. Never mind that. Okay, so everybody has their planning bonus ticking up. Doesn't go up very... Oh, actually, what do we say? We max out at 50%? May well be worth waiting on. And that was something worth waiting on. We got our support weapons in. I'd quite like something better, but every single time I have to think about research, it is an agonizing decision of what to go for. Industry would be nice. Getting more everything would be so nice. That would actually also be very nice, but... You get concentrated or you get dispersed industry. The choice is yours. Concentrated just gives you more. Dispersed gives you protection, and it also allows you to switch out different researches or different production faster. Tricky one. Jake, British Mexico is Belize. Well, thanks for the heads up there. We are working on land doctrine. I guess we're just going to have to throw that other stuff to the side. Okay, what's going to help me here and now? We're still just fighting with infantry, and I can't afford to be making other things. I guess I would just love to have some artillery. It helps out in a lot of ways. And I just don't have the units to... Then again, it's pretty crappy artillery later on when I could be focusing on things that matter a touch more. Motorized are going to matter a lot, and I want them mechanized so that they can actually fight back a good bit better. And it gives me that free division template. We don't have rubber, we don't have oil, we don't have iron. But we have guts. Let's do it. Jake concentrated as if there was another option. Well, come to think of it, I'm not going to be producing those anytime soon. But I will be producing everything else for a while. Let's just do that then. Concentrated industry then. So, I want that planning bonus. But I'm not sure I want to wait all that much longer because our war goal against who's next? Nicaragua. Sad loss for the world. I was hoping they could make it, but let's face it, Ethiopia does not have a leg to stand on against Italy. I'd be much impressed if somebody played as them and survived. Germany's focusing on their industrial efforts. Air defense for the UK capital, ships for France. And what's happening over in Spain? Incredibly, Republican Spain appears to have this one in the bag. Very soon they will cut off Zaragoza. And I don't think those... I think the Germans were a bit stingy on what they sent. Good job, Republican Spain. Better red than anything else. Check what happens if you run out of your 10 Zimbabwean dollars. These are factories, not dollars. Although that's a good point. What am I doing with all these factories? So I'm trying to produce as many guns as possible. We still want to upgrade to them. And I would love to get more units, but I simply do not have the manpower for it. The land that I took over is not giving me much in the way of recruitable population. Too bad. Is it really worth me just waiting a bit more to get more planning bonus? Frankly, I'm not seeing it. We need everything here, and we need it now. Now, the wonderful thing about this compared to our other attack is that we're fighting into plains. Sure, they're entrenched, and that gives them an extra bonus here, there, and everywhere. But we are going for it. We've got them attacked from multiple directions again. What I'm going to do is you guys... I'll have you join in with that, and I'm going to have you encircle them even more. All we need is the capital. Their national unity is 70%, but the capital is worth 3 points, and the rest of the land is worth very little. So this should work out well for us. Heck, everybody get in there. I want these guys gone. So, combat width is not something we have to worry about at the moment. That'll come into play in the future, I'm sure. Guess in Central America, they're not all that keen on killing each other, but I'm glad because my manpower has to last, really. Once I chew my way through Colombia, Colombia is going to be a harsh bit to chew through. I'm going to save up my PP, my political power. Oh, there we go. Guatemala is down. Welcome to my world. And what is lovely is, again, we got some extra equipment. It's their crappy basic equipment, but at least we have it if we need it. It can replace what is broken. And we've gotten ourselves some extra factories. This is wonderful. So from here we grabbed a military, a civilian, and a dockyard. So naval factory. And here we got simply military and civilian. But we also got ourselves some docks. Sadly, I actually can't get you over there. I should have had my... Where are we? I should have had my submarines, who are struggling on steel at the moment. How much? Not too badly. I should have you guys deployed here in Honduras, because I don't think you're going to be much use to me over in San Salvador. Could be wrong, though. Could be very wrong. So can I get through here? Trade can pass, but not much else can pass. Permission type friend. If only we could be friends. Then again, that comes with its own uses here. I've got to think about what I want to do with the El Salvadorian fleet. And honestly, I am on the fence about it. But I'll give it some thought. In any case, my glorious soldiers, we need to think about what to do with these fellows. I don't think they're about to abandon their home there. And it's risky for me not to leave one guy defending the home. But oh well. We'll have you guys line up there. It's only 2 provinces deep. And really, you just need to go here. An interesting line to decide on, but I'll believe in you. Wonder if we can have a better one than that. See, that way we actually encircle you a bit better. I'll roll with it. Still sitting on this free factory though. Is there anything worth importing? And the answer is almost always yes. My big American friend, I require steel. I require so much steel. I don't need to build anything. And we got our free dockyard, so we might as well get those submarines. Couldn't hurt to have another one, right? Producing 4 per year. Afterwards, we'll focus on building up more convoys. Jake, I'm glad you're killing all these countries. That way you don't need to keep pronouncing them. Thanks, DC Ray. Are you going to take over South America before weaker Caribbean nations? Caribbean nations are a pain because I would have to navally invade them. And navally invading... Oh, jinx, Cuba have anywhere from 7 to 10 divisions, which is troublesome. These guys, on the other hand, not so hardcore. I will probably pop over and visit. And by visit, I mean annex. That's a good point. I know I'm building up my power, political power, in order to change my laws a touch. But Haiti and the Dominican Republic, whilst I'm not very interested in their cronium, I am very interested in them having factories and them continuing to... Oh, Liberty Ethos. Mechanized? Nah, forget it. These guys are going to have to go down. It's dangerous to do what I'm thinking of doing. But you can't be scared of these things. We're going to justify some war goals here. I'm going to start with Haiti, and then give it like a month or so before I do Dominican Republic. Bit of a mistake there because I'm doing it with Colombia, which means I only have 71 days to nail Colombia to the wall. Well, I'm confident I can manage it somehow. So fortunately we're getting all trained, we're getting that preparation planning bonus, and then it'll be time for... Yes, because I know all my flags around here. 13th of February, then you're going down. Jake, don't you need to build transport ships? Convoys are used for that. I have 17 of. Really, I would like to have a bit more, but I need some submarines. A couple of them over in Honduras should be everything that I need. Alright, so you are going down now. There is just no question about it. I have no time. My units, do what you do best. And this is a wonderful thing. They don't have any particular strengths going here for them. They're just defending in planes, and granted they are a little bit entrenched, but I'm just a little bit good. I can attack them from multiple sides. You'll be getting in on that. Lovely. Really, actually, there's no point in you taking that province. In a greater war, yes, but in this small-time war, I just need everyone to pile on, take down the enemy. Their organization will droop, he'll run away, I will take the capital, and I will be a winner. And here we go, extra research slot, very important. It's going to up my research abilities by 50%, really. Welcome to Greater El Salvador. Now next up is Costa Rica, right? Costa Rica will be done in 44 days. I'm almost getting enough manpower to produce another unit. In fact, why don't I do that? Recruit and deploy. Let's train... oh. I don't have the manpower to flesh out one of you. That's terrifying. Oh well, needs must. Everybody get into position. We take San Jose. Fortunately for me, it is just plains. So we should be able to move through the jungle without encountering anybody. And then make our way there. Heck, they have no units, we should be able to just walk in. I might only just send one unit in if that's the case. Nice USCA, Jake. Oh, are they still formable in Europe, I wonder? Notice that an unknown number of Mexicans are on the border, obviously a little concerned about our sudden growth spurt. But oh, we'll be dealing with them, don't you worry. So if I am going to go on the Haiti route, I might as well go all the way elbow deep and decide that the Dominican Republic needs to go as well. But the real concern for me are these guys. Yes, Colombia, they frighten me a little. They can have quite a few divisions, I cannot. And I need more political power in order to get more units to go and punch them in the face. Need a lot more political power. Once I have my extra research slot though, I'm going to be going down a little route that should help me out there. Might be a little tricky, but hey, I can dream, right? Manpower is the ultimate clincher for poor little El Salvador here. Wouldn't even be a concern for a larger country. And even if I went the Canadian route, I'd have plenty of people to draw upon, but I do not have that luxury as little El Salvador. Viva El Salvador. Denouncements, Haitian ideals. So clearly us who were stuck on this side of Central America can point over to Haiti and go, you know, you don't deserve to be. It has always been Salvadorian. Jake, will you join one of the major factions or start your own? I'm thinking start my own. Frankly, now I was saying that the Republicans had this in the bag, but the Nationalists are fighting back. Looks like they're encircling Madrid one way or t'other. While Zaragoza has held strong. Italy and even Japan have decided to help them out, whilst it is only the Soviet Union that is backing the Red Menace. Okay, Madrid is getting encircled. You can hold out a long time in a city, but sooner or later they're going to need backup. Alright, Costa Rica is going down. There's no need to even think this one through. They have absolutely no units. They're a completely disarmed nation. And I wonder if they have any delicious buildings for us. There are at least 2 factories in this state. Well, it's 2 factories that are better for us than anybody else. And I'm not even going to enact my plan. I'm going to send a unit to go in there and take it. You guys, yeah, just sod the plan. Just move in there. The reason I tell them to do that is because I don't want them to take attrition. Because seriously, every man matters here. We're just going to jump our way across, grab the capital, and this will be a bloodless conflict. Jake, El Salvador literally means the savior. Disregard rumors that they're referring to Jesus. You're basically saving Latin America from itself. That's a lot of saving that's needed. So there we go. It's going to be decided at the turn of the day, but there we go. They are down and they are out. So, you know, we're pushing up that world tension ever so slightly. It's a little concerning that perhaps the Americans will get involved from all of that. But here we go, we actually have another free civilian factory, but there's really nothing worth building, nothing at all. What we took over there was 1 military, 1 civilian, and how I would love to be producing a little more, but what even can I? Shame they don't have any naval bases for us either. So the question is, what comes next? When do we do Panama? Panama is going to be in 26 days. So Panama is another completely disarmed nation. So what I need to do, I need to do a few things here. First off, let's get you a commander. The first one is always free, and I'm going to tell you to patrol this sea zone. With that done, I am then going to grab you. Congratulations, you've been promoted. You are now your own division. And I am going to tell you, I want to make sure, again, that Panama have got diddly squat. Because yes, there's a problem here. I can't actually get to their capital, and I'm going to need that to force them to capitulate. So what I'm going to do is set up a spiffy little naval invasion. Here we go. We're even in the right province for it. And I'm telling you to please land on Panama. That's not such a good one. That's not a good one at all. Since we have to sail through this area, which is a little troublesome. Okay. This is a problem because I actually need sufficient... Oh well, hey, we got you, don't we? I would like you to patrol that as well. So with that, we're going to have both the areas patrolled slightly. Yes, with our staggering submarine. Could take another route, but would quite like... Okay, that might just work. So that's going to draw one of our convoys. Thankfully we were building up plenty. Oh heavens no, I don't want to delete anything. I do want to find a use for my civilian factory, because I currently have no use for it. Would love more military factories, can't lie, let's just build one. It's going to be done in, a year and a half. It's not even worth anybody's time. Well, it's better than a kick in the face. We'll trade it away later. Jake, is that weather effects I see? Yes, there are weather effects. So, looks like there's a storm going on here. Might not be in the individual province itself. Or maybe it is past. Or the other weather effects that are going on. Not seeing anything going on in my own country here. But yes, you have weather effects, you can see them. Okay, so he has to plan his naval invasion. It doesn't take very long because he's just 1 unit. That's a good thing that I researched how to do that earlier. Are you planning on staying democratic? Ah, man. Some people say Twitch chat doesn't have a sense of humor. Jake, after you eat your Central American